could ever felt like escaping to a remote island? Well, after hearing about these places, you might just want to stay put on the mainland. Welcome to Oddly Specific, where today we're sailing into the strange, the bizarre, and the downright weirdest islands on Earth. Let's start with could imagine an island inside a lake, which is on an island, which is inside another lake, on another island. Okay, sounds like a riddle, right? But it's real, or at least it was. It's called Vulcan Point in the Philippines. You had the main island of Luzon, with Taal Lake on it. Inside that lake, you had Taal Volcano Island. On that island, there was a crater lake, and smack in the middle of that crater lake was a tiny little island called Vulcan Point. It was a true geographical inception. Sadly, the 2020 eruption of Taal Volcano changed the landscape, and Vulcan Point has since disappeared. But for a while, it held the title of the world's most nested island. Next up, let's journey to a place that looks like it was ripped straight out of a sci-fi movie. Welcome to Socotra Island, part of Yemen. This place is so isolated that a third of its plant life is found nowhere else on the planet. The most famous resident, the dragon's blood tree. It looks like a giant, inside-out umbrella, and it bleeds a dark red resin, which people once believed was the blood of dragons. For centuries, this resin has been used for everything from medicine and dye to varnish. And it's not just the trees. You'll find bizarre-looking cucumber trees and other unique flora that make you feel like you've landed on another planet. It's a real-life Pandora. Number 3D glasses required. From alien landscapes to a living nightmare. Off the coast of Brazil lies Ilha da Quimita Grande, better known as Snake Island. And the name is no exaggeration. This island is home to one of the deadliest snakes in the world, the golden lancehead viper. How many snakes are we talking about? Estimates range from 1 to 5 snakes per square meter. That's a whole lot of nope. Their venom is so potent it can melt human flesh. Because of the extreme danger, the Brazilian government has banned anyone from visiting, except for the occasional and very brave scientific team. So, unless you have a serious death wish, this is one island you'll want to swipe left on. Okay, let's lighten the mood with something a little fluffier. How about an island overrun with rabbits? Let's hop over to Kunoshima, Japan, also known as Rabbit Island. During World War II, this island was a top-secret chemical weapons factory. The story goes that when the war ended, the rabbits used for testing were released. Now, hundreds, maybe thousands, of friendly, feral rabbits roam the island. They have no natural predators and are a huge tourist attraction. Visitors flock here to be swarmed by adorable, fluffy bunnies begging for snacks. It's a surreal and incredibly cute experience, but it's a good reminder that even the cutest places can have a dark past. Not a rabbit person? Maybe you're a cat person? Maybe you're a cat person. Well, Japan has you covered there, too. Welcome to Aoshima, one of several cat islands in the country. Here, the feline population outnumbers the human population by a staggering margin. We're talking more than 10 to 1. It started when fishermen brought cats to the island to deal with mice on their boats. As you can imagine, the cats did what cats do, and the population exploded. Today, only a handful of elderly residents remain, living a quiet life, surrounded by hundreds of furry companions. Cats are the main attraction, drawing tourists who come armed with treats and cameras to capture this perfectly strange little world. Now, let's talk about an island that is completely untouched by the modern world. North Sentinel Island, part of India's Andaman Islands, is home to the Sentinelese people, one of the last uncontacted tribes on the planet. They have lived in voluntary isolation for what could be up to 60,000 years. They fiercely reject any contact with the outside world, often meeting visitors with hostility and a shower of arrows. Because of this, very little is known about their language, culture, or way of life. The Indian government has declared it illegal to go within 3 miles of the island, both to protect outsiders from the tribe and, more importantly, to protect the tribe from diseases to which they have no immunity. It's a fascinating and humbling reminder that there are still corners of our world that remain a complete mystery. Finally, we head to Italy, near Venice, for a story that's truly chilling. This is Poveglia Island, often called the most haunted island in the world. Its dark history begins during the Roman Empire, when it was used to isolate plague victims. This grim purpose was revived during the Black Death in the 14th century. Thousands upon thousands of people were sent here to die, and their bodies were burned in giant pits. It's said that the soil is still made up of 50% human ash. But wait, it gets worse. In the 1920s, a mental hospital was built on the island. Legend has it that a doctor performed bizarre experiments on patients before eventually going mad himself and jumping from the hospital's bell tower. Today, the island is completely abandoned, a crumbling monument to centuries of suffering. Fishermen steer clear, claiming their nets sometimes pull up human bones. It's strictly off limits to the public, and frankly, who would want to go? From geographical oddities and alien plants to islands ruled by snakes, rabbits, and cats, our planet is full of strange and fascinating places. We've seen islands that defy logic, islands that keep the modern world at bay, and islands that are haunted by their own dark history. It just goes to show you that there's always something new and unexpected to discover, even in the most remote corners of the globe. Thanks for joining us on this wild island hopping adventure. If you enjoyed getting into the nitty-gritty of the world's weirdest locations, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives. Because here, we love getting oddly specific. See you next time.